recording. Okay. So welcome friends. In this session, we'll be talking about taking our meditation practice deeper. So many friends may be meditating, and there are certain fundamentals which I found in my journey, in my sadhana, which helped me tremendously. And often what happens in meditation is the things which are at the lower rung, the body, which is or which should be the starting point, is often ignored. The food and the prana, these two are basic aspects a meditator should work upon to take their sadhana deeper. So I have divided today's session into two parts. The first part, I'll give you some basic knowledge on food and prana. So this is just basic information, just so that it will serve as maybe an inspiration to go deeper when you know that there are so many little things that make a big difference in our meditation practice. So this will serve as an inspiration. Otherwise, knowledge is not the most important part. The more important part is meditation. Knowledge will set the foundation right. So let me share my screen. And we'll keep this an interactive session. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. So you all can see the screen? Yes, okay. So first, let's start with what is food. So food is not just the diet we eat. Diet is one part. So where there are certain things I have mentioned, eat to live. A yogi or a meditator eats to just live. Eats so that his body's nourishment, nutritional needs are met. A bhogi lives to eat. So this is the difference between a yogi and the bhogi. Then there are certain other things which are important. How much we eat. So usually, from my own experience, what I have found is when we overeat, that means satisfaction in normal sense. That is how I was before I started my sadhana, or even many years into my sadhana. I was eating more than full stomach. And that heaviness in the stomach was often my signal to the brain that now my stomach is full. I found that that was actually a bit of overeating. When we eat, that is also equally important. So for example, if you eat heavy food, let's say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the night, if you are having oily food, buttery food, cheesy food, it is very difficult to digest. And this naturally affects your sleep. And all this is very much interrelated. When you consume the wrong food or the heavy food at the wrong time, your sleep gets disturbed. You don't have enough relaxation. The next day gets disturbed. other aspect is food being properly digested? We are The incoming traffic is always there, but the outgoing traffic, is it happening properly or not, is equally important. So often that is ignored. Are we constipated? So many a times when we are eating proper meals 2 times, 3 times, sometimes even 4 times, then is this causing congestion within? And from constipation arises variety of diseases. So not just the diseases, but as a meditator, our prana energy, the prana as we call it, the life force, a major portion of that life force is going towards handling the food that we eat. So not much energy is left for the meditation. This you would have easily experienced when you have heavy food and then you try meditating. Usually you fall asleep or you are not able to effectively meditate. Then what is the other type of food we consume? So now we are talking about the prana energy. So we get prana from also these 5 sensory organs, apart from the main one, which is breath. We'll talk about that a bit later, but just mentioning these 5 sense organs through which we get prana. We are consuming prana energy. Touch, taste, smell, eyes, seeing, and hearing. So a very simple example is if you meet someone whom you don't like, immediately you would have observed your mind, the chaos in the mind, right? The negativity that you feel, that is nothing but prana disturbance. The other person's energy has created certain disturbance in you, in your pranic energy. So this is how we look at it. So how food affects our meditation practice. So what I have found is, as I previously said, most meditators don't give much importance to the food they consume. We get prana energy through the food, and as meditators, it is important to consume food with positive prana or sattvic food. So you may know this, that there are 3 types of foods: positive, neutral, and negative prana food. So positive prana food are foods that elevate us, elevate the prana levels. Right? Usually fresh fruits, vegetables have positive pranic value. Then there are certain food items which have neutral prana value and certain negative, especially like tea, coffee. These are negative pranic foods. So what happens when we don't eat right? Wrong food, heavy food, food that is difficult to digest, which I'll cover in the slides later, that creates constipation, lethargy, mood swings, hormonal imbalance, and all this puts the mind in the wrong state, non-meditative state, a state of confusion. And when we eat the wrong food, a lot of our pranic energy goes into digesting the food. And naturally, when the prana has to work on the body, then we don't have much prana left for meditation. Also, cough and mucus in the chest, sinus. From my own experience, I found that when I stopped eating any animal products, can you define prana? Yes, we'll get into that. I'm coming to that. So what I found in my own journey is from the point when I stopped eating animal products. So I was vegetarian, but I would consume butter or cheese or milk. But when I stopped consuming milk and all milk products, then what I observed is a lot of mucus in the chest, the sinus completely was gone. And that was a major blockage in meditation. Friends who may have done dynamic meditation, you would have observed in the first stage, a lot of mucus comes out in the breathing stage. The body is trying to get rid of mucus in the breathing stage. So, but if you don't stop eating the food that creates mucus, then it's going to continue. You throw out the mucus, it returns from the food. So not much helpful. And of course, a variety of diseases, high blood pressure, sugar, heart issues. So eating right can keep the mind relaxed and you can be more focused in work and even meditation. Just you can do a simple experiment in your breakfast. If you are having tea and parathas and some heavy snacks or some dry snacks, you can substitute it with fresh fruits. Just consume 2 or 3 apples one day and then sit for meditation. You will clearly see the difference, right? So going into meditation becomes easier, very, very spontaneous. And a lot of cases, eating right can also help prevent, control, and reverse physical and mental issues. So first I'll cover the food aspect and then we go into prana. Okay. So eating right, what I found is, what is eating right? Eating right means eating foods that require less amount of energy for digestion. And they are high in nutrition. So they have high nutritional values. And at the same time, least amount of prana is involved in digestion. Prana for now, you can just understand it as energy or the life force. Okay. So what I have found is the best diet for meditator is whole food plant-based diet. So what is whole food plant-based diet? It is, in a simple sense, it is eating food that comes straight from Mother Nature. The food that is in the most natural form is what is whole food plant-based diet. It is the food which is minimally or unprocessed, right? For example, brown rice is least processed. If you consume white rice, that is processed, right? Fruits, vegetables. So these 6 items are the foundation of whole food plant-based diet. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds. So when these 6 items are consumed, you'll see that the body has a very high level of pranic energy. Even after having a meal, you don't feel like the heaviness that you normally feel when you eat a variety of typical Indian food, which is loaded, oftentimes loaded with oil, ghee, or other heavy food. So things to avoid: milk products, butter, ghee, cheese, meat, fish, seafood. So from my own experience, you may feel ghee or oil is at least needed, but I have left all these animal products for the past 2 years, and I have not felt a difference. In fact, the energy levels are much more higher, and I can feel like I'm in my 20s. So energy levels are high. You can meditate easily, spontaneously go into meditation. So why avoid animal products? Basically, the first point, as it mentions, avoid the middleman. So for example, if you, it's like this, you go to Costco, right? The same food items you can get in a maybe a gas station at a grocery store, but you go to the source where the grocery store owner would purchase their stock from, probably a wholesaler. So you directly go to the wholesaler. So in other words, animals that we eat are actually getting the nutrients from plants. So why not consume plants? Why not consume the source? The other thing is animal fat and proteins create a variety of diseases. Science has proven this, though it is not very much publicized because of the food industries and pharmaceutical industries, which have a different agenda. But the reality, and science has proven this, is that a lot of animal fat and proteins create diseases. Plus, animal hormones are not suitable for humans. Just imagine a human mother's milk is fed to a human, not to a animal. Likewise, a cow's milk is for a calf. Existence cannot be less intelligent to use animal's milk for us. Back in the olden days, when food was not in so much abundance, maybe consuming cow milk was easier way of getting the nutrients because there were no many substitutes. Now we have variety of fruits, vegetables that are available anytime we need. So there is no reason to consume food which is causing botheration to the body. And among the other things that you may appreciate as a meditator is our carbon footprint. So animal industry causes or is a major cause of pollution, methane emissions through the livestock, excessive water usage. So there's a lot of environmental abuse involved, deforestation. So as a meditator who is sensitive to nature, this is another thing you may keep in mind. And finally, to produce meat, significant resources are required. As you can see from the example, 1 pound of beef takes 1800 gallons of water and 10 times, so 10 pounds of feed. Instead, we can directly consume from plants, which is like the requirement should be a lot less. Like from my own example, I can say from my small backyard, I can produce enough vegetables to at least cover 50% of my dietary needs. So the environmental footprint can be reduced. Finally, the diagram that you are seeing is our arteries, and what diet does to our arteries and the blood vessels. So if you are a regular meat eater, you'll see on the far right, there's a lot of clogging on the plaque. So naturally the blood flow is difficult. prana has to work stronger to complete the blood circulation. And the middle diagram is for the vegetarian, which is occasionally eating animal products, again are slightly clogged. And the leftmost is for the plant-based. So as you can see, there's practically no clogging at all. So you'll see that when you switch to a plant-based diet, that your prana levels are pretty high. The blood circulation happens very easily and your energy is very high. So I'll just quickly cover what to avoid. So these are the items to avoid. Sugar or limit. Sugar, salt should be limited. Any type of oil should be limited. Things to avoid, definitely packet and refined foods, chips, pasta, burgers, colas, ice creams. And things to avoid, again, alcohol, beer, any toxic. Now, just a couple of myths about plant-based food. There's a lot of talk nowadays about where do I get the proteins from. So if you look in nature, then a lot of the strongest animals, rhinos and elephants and horses, they are all plant-based. Plus, even there's a gentleman called Patrick Bowman who is totally vegan. If you just Google up, you will see that. And he is the world's strongest man. So plant diet is highly nutritional. As you can see on the left, there's nothing like plant diet does not have protein. You see that spinach has 49% protein. Of course, you need to consume more, but plant has enough proteins. And the other myth these days is avoid carbs, eat more proteins again. So what we have found from reading literature from MDs and doctors is that brain needs carbs or sugar to function. But the important thing is not any carbs. So donuts and tomato ketchup will not do, definitely. That source of sugar will not do. But carbs coming from fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, that's the right source of carbs. Refined carbs like white bread or even white rice should be avoided, or at least limited. So these are some images from what we consume, what I consume, just to give you an idea. Even ice cream is possible without cream or milk products. And actually food can be quite tasty. Even gajar ka halwa is possible without any milk and milk products. It's just a matter of reprogramming the brain. Right. So far so good. Any questions or anything that comes to your mind?
Hi, Abhishek.
Yes, hi.
One thing that when we are saying white pasta, right? White
Yes.
pizza, you mentioned in one of the slides. So it means we can definitely go ahead with our wheat pizza or pasta, right?
See, you have to think in those lines that what does the pizza contain, right? So for example, if the pizza is going to contain wheat, but along with the wheat, you just, if you are planning to get that the bread from a store, just you turn around and read the label. It is usually loaded with a lot of stuff, oil, sugar, variety of other things. So you might want to be mindful of that. If you are making it at home, great, nothing like it. So just keep in mind that wheat is good. So you get any wheat products from the market? No, first you check along with wheat what else it has, right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And one more thing, has Osho spoken about plant-based food ever or on vegetarian food? Like I missearched about it.
Osho has spoken on diet. Yes, he has spoken on diet and using plant-based diet. Not perhaps the plant-based term may not have been there at that
Yeah,
time.
that's why
Right?
my question is. Yeah, because so on diet, has he ever spoken about milk, avoiding milk products?
I
Not
can
sure.
check and let you know.
Oh, sure. Okay. I
Okay.
can do that as well. I just thought if it is in top of your mind. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Shraddha, you have something to share?
Yes, he has explained about not consuming animal like milk.
Milk. Okay.
Yes, I think we have heard Abhishek about it.
Yeah, I also remember, but I wasn't sure, so I said I'll check. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
One more thing. What is the replacement of using ghee oil then? Maybe some other oils like sarson ka tel and coconut oil, is it?
Actually, coconut oil is the worst. Shraddha, maybe you can share some insight here.
Not, I can't say it like which oil is really good. None of the oils are really good actually. But you can still, if you want to go it, don't go with hydrogenated like oils. Maybe like cold press olive oil or something is still okay. But yes, olive oil is, yes, I think Sarab just answered it. So I agree to that. But as far as we are concerned, me and Abhishek, we have been oil free, ghee free, or any of those sort of free. And as he mentioned earlier, like those photos, food comes out to be really delicious. So
Yes, I mean I have read doctors suggesting avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil as a replacement, but we tend to avoid it as much as possible. And to answer your question, coconut oil is one of the worst oils for cooking.
you can apply it on your body. That's
Yes,
okay.
that's okay. So
Yeah. Thank you.
now we talk about prana and balancing prana. So what is prana first? Prana is basically the life force within. Another way of saying is it is the manifested form of Brahma or the universe or existence. It is also the life force behind all that exists, Prakriti or nature. And even Kundalini energy is also a form or manifestation of prana. So our body can function only and only because of prana. So when we die, then our entire system stays as is. I mean, we have a heart, we have a brain, everything is there, but the prana, the life force has withdrawn from us. So in that sense, you can understand that Paramatma or the divine is, you can, in a simple sense, you can understand this as Paramatma or divine is having a play. And for that play, this prana energy is the manifestation. So for that play, existence needs nature. And this prana energy is the basis of all the creation, whatever is manifesting. So our being consists of prana and consciousness. Prana is the active life force or the divine manifested. Consciousness is the dormant part of it or the divine which is unmanifested. So existence is a play of consciousness and prana. So from where we receive prana, the main source is the breath. So oxygen is just prana rides on the breath or the oxygen. So that is our main source of receiving prana. And of course, from food we eat and sense organs, like I was talking about. When you see something, also you are consuming prana. Now, just a little understanding here. So the energy body or the pranamaya kosh within us has 72,000 nadis, energy channels. So prana flows in these nadis or the energy channels. And through these channels, our entire body's mechanism is controlled. Starting from the breathing, circulation, digestion, healing, running all the vital organs, everything. All the aspects are controlled by prana. So among these three nadis or the energy channels, three channels are the main: Ida, Pingala, and Shushumna. So these three channels, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, these originate from the base of the spine. So on the right, if you see, the Ida channel is the left channel. On the right, the diagram. Ida channel is the left channel. Right. It originates from the base of the spine, just like the Pingala, which is the right channel. And Sushumna is the central channel, the yellow. So the points at which the Ida, Pingala, and the Sushumna intersect, these are called chakras, the 7 chakras within. And from these chakras are like the hub of a wheel. From these chakras, various other nadis, all these 72,000 or different nadis originate and go to the different parts of the body. So these nadis or energy channels are not physical. So you can't cut the body and see them, but these are experiential. If you, as a meditator, if you look within, introspect, then you will be able to feel the energy flow everywhere through these channels. So just a little understanding of these three nadis, which is important as a meditator. The Ida is the left channel. It is also called the Shakti or the feminine channel, or even the moon. It is associated with the moon, as it is the feminine channel, or it has a certain softness. The softness or the femininity that we feel within, not saying about male or female, but the femininity that we feel within, the softness that we feel within, is because of the invocation of Ida, even the relaxation that we feel within. This basically works on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system which helps us relax. And Ida connects to our right brain. Right? The right is the intuitive mind, the creative brain. Likewise, the other part, the other nadi is Pingala, which is the right channel or the Shiva, masculine. The activeness that we have within is the Pingala, it is the solar, the sun channel, or even you can say the her part in the Hatha Yoga, right? Or in some systems call it yin and yang, so the yang. And Pingada controls the sympathetic nervous system. So this is the reactive mode. So suddenly if something happens and we need to react to the situation, then this is the channel. Or even active aspects like digestion happen on account of the Pingada. This connects to the left brain, or the logical aspect of the brain. Right? And Sushumna is the central channel. So usually our energy either is in the Ida or the Pingada. But when both our nostrils are active, then our Sushumna is active. When the breath is balanced, that is the point, that is the time when Sushumna gets activated. So the energy, instead of flowing into the Ida or the Pingala, now follows the central path. So this is the basic of meditation. So even Hatha Yoga, what is Hatha Yoga is, Ha is the sun and the Tha is the moon. So Hatha Yoga simply is a system whereby we balance our Ida and Pingala so that the Sushumna can be activated. So when the prana energy so I'll first talk about the vayus, then I have one more thing I would like to mention. So prana manifests in these 5 forms within, or you can say 5 functions. So the main one is prana, which is the breath, anything incoming, right? To the breath we take in prana. So prana is the basis of, like I said, it is the basis of all the functions happening in the body. And apana, which is for the excretion. And samana controls the digestion. Udana is for the communication. And vyana for the blood circulation. I'm not going into much details here. Just for you to know that these 5 functions of the prana, and when we are, for example, eating too much or eating the wrong food, and a lot of our pranic energy goes towards digestion, excretion. And then, like I showed you before, if your arteries are blocked, then again blood circulation becomes difficult. Again, the vyana has a tough job to do in circulating the prana or the oxygen to all parts of the body. So everything interconnects, the food, the prana, right? Now, prana, usually in most people, prana is just manifested as the pranavayu and the necessary functions for the necessary functioning of the body. But prana also resides at the base of the spine in its seed form, which is called kundalini, right? Denoted by a snake that is called, right? Kundal. So when the Sushumna becomes active, our breath is balanced. This opens the pathway for the Kundalini to arise. So we'll do some simple methods to balance the Sushumna and awaken the Kundalini energy. Okay, friends. So now we'll just do few simple Nadi Shuddhi exercises, pranayam. So what you can do is just, you can be seated comfortably. Right. And I'll keep it very simple. So with your right hand, right, you can do this mudra with the little finger and the ring finger together, touching each other, and the index and the middle finger. So it will be folded like this, and the thumb. So we'll be using the thumb and the little finger and ring finger for closing and opening our nostrils. Okay. So just, if you can try doing this mudra like this. So we'll do just Nadi Shuddhi. So what we'll do is simple. Just first show you, then we do it. Closing the right nostril with the thumb. Right. Inhale from the left and exhale from the left. Then first I'll show you before we do it. Then we block the left nostril with the little and the ring finger and inhale from the right, and again exhale from the right. How the inhalation will be done? The inhalation will be very, very gentle. So gentle and soft that if you, during exhalation, if you put a feather in front of your nostril, it should not flutter. So that it should be that soft, very, very soft, not jerky at all, like this, not like this, very, very soft, as though you're not even breathing. Okay, so as soft as possible. So what we can do is, we can do 5 each, 5 times inhaling and exhaling from the left nostril, and 5 times inhaling and exhaling from the right nostril, right? And remember that when you exhale, so first we inhale, then we exhale from the same nostril, and then after exhalation we'll switch. Again do the same thing, inhale, exhale, and then switch. Okay, very clear to all of you? Yes.
So we can keep hands like this also, right? If we can do this, like fingers open.
Fingers
Because I
open.
see some of them are confused, so
Mm.
it doesn't matter, right?
Yes, if you are not able to do it, it's okay. If you're not able to keep like this, your index and middle fingers down like this, you can also keep it like this. That's okay. Okay, like this is also okay. Okay, so let's do it together. You can keep your own pace. Okay, just remember, no jerks. Keep the breathing as slow as possible. Let it be deeper. Okay, you can close your eyes, and when you are done with 5 cycles each, just relax. Mrs. Bhatia, you can also do it. Let the incoming and outgoing breath be very, very gentle. If you have completed it, just keep your eyes closed and just be mindful of the breath. Okay, so now we'll do the next exercise, which is extremely simple. Just normal breathing, the same way as I mentioned, very soft, no jerks, breathing in and breathing out, and your attention will be focused on the nose bridge. So the bone at the nose, that is where your attention will be focused. If both the nostrils are not active, the moment you become aware of the nostrils, the breath, it will become activated. So now we are balancing the breath by focusing the attention on the nose bridge. The slower and deeper your breath is, to balance the breath, activate the Sushumna channel. but don't force the breath in any way. Just be mindful of the breath, mindful of the nose bridge. If the thoughts are coming, let them come and go. Don't force the mind in any way. The moment you become aware, just return the awareness, the focus on the nose bridge. Let the head be absolutely straight, not bent. As the Sushumna activates, you'll feel great calmness within. Great silence will descend on you. And now, slightly turn your face upwards, just slightly, so that there's a mild focus in between the eyebrows. And as you breathe in, just feel that the prana, the life energy, is rising from the base of the spine, moving upwards and touching the top of the head and the sahasrara. As you breathe out, feel that this energy is descending from the sahasrara to the muladhara at the base of the spine. Inhalation, energy rising from the muladhara, flowing through the spine and touching the sahasrara. Exhalation, energy descending from the sahasrara to the flowing through the spine and touching the muladhara. Just be in a let go and feel the expansion within as the Kundalini energy rises from the base of the spine upwards. Don't force the energy in any way. Whatever is spontaneous, let it happen. Just a few more minutes, continue to feel the energy rising on the inhalation and energy returning, descending on the exhalation. Now relax. Now we go into deeper relaxation, Yoga Nidra. You can all lie down on your back. Just let the body be absolutely loose and relaxed, as if dead. Just give up all the control on the body. You can relax part by part by giving the command to the body. Starting with the feet, relax the feet. Like this, you can slowly work your way upwards, relaxing every part of the body, turning your attention to that specific body part and consciously relaxing it, letting go of it, letting go of all the tension. Relax every part of the body. Now, when the body is absolutely relaxed, feel that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the feelings, the heart. I am just pure life energy, consciousness. I am not the body, not the psychological process, not the mind, not the feelings. just life force, consciousness. I'm just pure consciousness. I'm just pure consciousness. I am just pure consciousness. I am not the body, not the mind, not the feelings, not the heart, just pure consciousness. I am not the body, not the mind, not the heart. I am pure consciousness. I am pure consciousness. I am pure consciousness. I am not the body, not the mind, not the heart. I am pure consciousness. In this moment, all my identities have disappeared. I am pure consciousness, one with the whole. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And slowly open your eyes. And come back to the seating position. Just consciously come back. Welcome back. Yes, you can stay back. Saranjit. So, okay, friends, with this, we end the session here. If you have any questions, you can stay back. But thank you. Thank you for joining and allowing me to share. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Abhishek. Abhishek,
Thank
can you
you.
send this video for today's
Thank you.
recording?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.